Inflation is rising, and that is bad news for Bitcoin. In just a little bit from now, we are getting new CPI inflation United States data, and the general consensus is, well, pretty negative. The consensus that we're going from 2.7 to 2.9, and here you can also see a chart month over month, and that means that from September on we are again in a rise of the inflation. You can see here 2.4, 2.6, 2.7, and then now 2.9. That will be the exact same level as July last year. Now, not only is that bad, but if, let's say, the reading is conservative and we are even going to 3%, then I think we can see a pretty big drop, at least on the standard market. So that's the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, but very likely that will drag Bitcoin down, and also then of course Ethereum and all the alts. It's like one big domino. If it is 2.9, like I said, that's already negative because we have this trend up. That also means that Jerome Powell is having a problem. He cannot lower the interest rate even further. He cannot explain it because the inflation is rising. So he is then forced to hold the inflation rate of the current level what it is. And if the inflation is rising even harder than expected, then he's maybe even forced to increase the interest rates again, of course, depending on the incoming data. And if the interest rate stays high, then stock markets are usually going lower because money rotates then from stocks and from traditional markets back to bonds and savings, because it's still interesting to save because the interest rates there are higher. So for Economics 101, what I'm expecting now, let's say that the reading is indeed 2.9. Like I said, that is negative, and what I'm expecting, whoa, wrong chart, what I'm expecting then for BTC actually to do is a move to the downside and then to rise further. I do not think that this is the high for now. Yes, we're tapping ever so slightly in that golden pocket, 97,500, but what I'm expecting is that price will go down on the news and then recovers again, and maybe we will see another dip on New York Open because the data comes out 1 hour before New York. Take that out, then you have taken out the pre-New York low, and then to eventually rise higher again. For me, this is the most probable scenario. Now, let's say that the inflation reading is better than expected, so not this 2.9, but let's say it's 2.8, so it's slightly better. Then actually I'm expecting a big ferocious move up, because that will then also again pressure Jerome Powell to keep on lowering the interest rates. But for now, this is kind of what I'm expecting. It's still not out of the woods. Like I said, it's still an increase compared to the last reading, right? We're going from 2.7 then to maybe 2.8, I don't know. But then at least I think we will see stock markets, again wrong chart, I think we will see stock markets then going higher. But for now, I'm expecting a dump on the news and then to go higher. I have a few levels in here that I might trade, but actually the most or the best level that you can have, I'm sorry for the background noises, there's nothing I can do about that. The best level that you can trade actually is now that approximately 93,400, 93,200. It's a backtest of the 0.5 from the fib retracement and that very big value area low, and then you have a loss of your very low, a reclaim, then you're backtesting the point of control, you're going down to backtest that very low, and then you're going higher, and then you're going to much higher levels. What are the levels that I'm looking out for? Well, I also said it in yesterday's video. I have a whole bunch of levels starting around here approximately, going all the way to that macro value area high, so 708.6, and I have a whole bunch of levels in here that might be resistance. If you want to know exactly which level that is or what the levels that I'm looking at, I want to trade, or my confirmations, feel free to join me on Discord. It's completely for free, link is in the description. I pretty much give there daily updates about Bitcoin, Ethereum, alts, stock market, you name it. What I'm seeing, what I'm trading, when I'm not taking a trade, all kinds of good stuff. So again, feel free to check that out. It is completely for free. And here on the bottom, exactly the same. I do have a couple of levels underneath here, although it's not really the preferred area because you still don't have some liquidity residing. But hey, it will be an ultimate FU if we would do something like this. into that box and then to go higher. That will start off from approximately 96 all the way down to 95-ish. But like I said, I have some very exact price levels in this area that I'm looking to trade if this most preferred trading area or level does not play out. Because if you're not in a long, then of course you don't want to miss the rest of the ride up, because there could still be a pretty big move. Let's say we get the bounce somewhere from there, still talking about 5 or 6%, and that could still be a significant trade. So again, everything stands and falls right now with the CPI data. This is also then by far the most important day of the week. And like I said, it looks pretty bad because inflation is now already rising a couple months in a row. So this kind of needs to cool down. Nothing comes up and down with a straight line. I get all of that, but you do not want to see this go back up above 3% or higher in the next couple readings, next couple months, because then I think Jerome Powell is forced, absolutely forced, to increase the interest rate again, and then every market, no matter if it's crypto, stocks, commodities, whatever, it will take an absolute beating, because then it shows again how sticky the inflation is. A very important trading day. You now know what I'm looking at. Watch out for a possible fake out or fake dump and a maybe post New York Open correction. After that, once again, something like this, and then to go higher. Then of course, if you're not so familiar with this kind of trading, I would say just sit on the sideline. Don't try to get in. It's too volatile. Then just wait it out a couple hours and then maybe try to pull the long or the short trigger on a possible trade. That will be it for now. That will be it for today's video. Again, guys, please be careful. And if you like these kinds of contents, if you like these kinds of videos and my content, then do me a favor by liking and subscribing, clicking the bell, clicking all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share the video with your friends if you think that's useful, and see you guys very soon again in the next one, or of course in the Discord, like I said, completely free, links in the description. Thank you guys so much. Bye bye.